In a world where success is often measured by the size of our bank accounts, the cars we drive, and the houses we live in, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that having more is the key to happiness. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking true success lies not in what we have, but in the mindset of being successful? It's a mindset that allows us to see the world in a different light, to approach challenges with confidence, and to stay focused on our goals, even when the journey gets tough. For many of us, the journey to success is not an easy one. We've faced setbacks, failures, and disappointments that have left us feeling broken, lost, and uncertain about our place in the world. I know what it's like to feel like you're stuck in a rut, like you're just going through the motions of daily life without any sense of purpose or direction. It's a feeling of emotional pain that can be overwhelming, a constant reminder that we're not living up to our full potential. But it's in these moments of darkness that we're given a choice. We can let our circumstances define us, or we can use them as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to discover the strength that lies within us. For me, that moment came when I was struggling to make ends meet, working multiple jobs just to keep a roof over my head and food on the table. I felt like I was failing, like I wasn't good enough, and that I'd never be able to achieve my dreams. But as I looked around at the people I admired, the ones who had achieved success and were living fulfilling lives, I realized that they all had one thing in common, a mindset of being successful. They didn't let their circumstances define them. Instead, they used them as a catalyst for growth, for learning, and for pushing themselves to be better. They had a vision for their lives, and they were willing to do whatever it took to make that vision a reality. And as I began to adopt this mindset, I started to notice a shift within myself. I felt more confident, more focused, and more determined to achieve my goals. I started to see that success wasn't just about achieving some distant dream, but about the person I was becoming in the process. I was becoming more resilient, more courageous, and more true to myself. I was learning to approach challenges with a sense of excitement and curiosity, rather than fear and doubt. But it wasn't always easy. There were still times when I felt like giving up, when the journey seemed too long and the setbacks too great. There were times when I doubted myself, when I felt like I wasn't good enough, and that I'd never be able to achieve my goals. But it was in those moments that I reminded myself of the mindset of being successful, of the people who had come before me and achieved greatness. I reminded myself that success is not a destination, but a journey, and that every step I took, every decision I made, and every challenge I overcame was bringing me closer to my dreams. I reminded myself that it's okay to stumble, to fall, and to make mistakes, because that's where the real learning happens. And I reminded myself that the only way to get back up, to dust myself off, and to keep moving forward is to stay focused on my goals, and to keep pushing myself to be better. As I looked back on my journey, I realized that the mindset of being successful is not just about achieving success, but about the person you become in the process. It's about developing the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, the courage to take risks, and the determination to stay focused on your goals. It's about learning from your failures, and using them as an opportunity to grow and learn. And it's about staying true to yourself, and not letting the opinions of others define your path. The mindset of being successful is not just a way of thinking, it's a way of being. It's a way of approaching life with confidence, with courage, and with a sense of purpose. It's a way of seeing the world as a place of endless possibility, where every challenge is an opportunity, and every setback is a chance to learn and grow. And it's a way of living that is available to anyone, regardless of their background, their circumstances, or their past. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you're not living up to your full potential, I want you to know that you have the power to change your circumstances. You have the power to adopt the mindset of being successful, to start seeing the world in a different light, and to start achieving your goals. It won't be easy, and there will be times when you feel like giving up. But if you stay focused, stay determined, and stay true to yourself, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. As you embark on your own journey to success, remember that it's not just about achieving some distant dream, but about the person you're becoming in the process. Remember that every step you take, every decision you make, and every challenge you overcome is bringing you closer to your goals. And remember that the mindset of being successful is not just a way of thinking, but a way of being. It's a way of living that is available to anyone, and it's a way of living that can bring you joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. You'll be more confident, more focused, and more determined to achieve your goals. You'll be more resilient, more courageous, and more true to yourself. And you'll be more fulfilled, more joyful, and more at peace. You'll start to see the world in a different light, as a place of endless possibility, where every challenge is an opportunity, and every setback is a chance to learn and grow. And as you start to adopt this mindset, you'll start to notice a shift within yourself. You'll start to feel more confident, more focused, and more determined to achieve your goals. You'll start to see that success isn't just about achieving some distant dream, but about the person you're becoming in the process. You'll start to develop the resilience to bounce back from setbacks, the courage to take risks, and the determination to stay focused on your goals. You'll start to learn from your failures, and use them as an opportunity to grow and learn. You'll start to stay true to yourself, and not let the opinions of others define your path. And you'll start to see the world as a place of endless possibility, where every challenge is an opportunity, and every setback is a chance to learn and grow. So don't wait any longer to start living the life you deserve. Start adopting the mindset of being successful today, and watch as your life transforms in amazing ways. You'll be more confident, more focused, and more determined to achieve your goals. You'll be more resilient, more courageous, and more true to yourself. And you'll be more fulfilled, more joyful, and more at peace. Subscribe to LaughTrack for daily success insights.